This video is to help you complete the State of Ohio and FBI criminal records checks. State of Ohio background checks are also referred to as BCI background checks. By law, the board cannot complete the processing of your application until it receives both the Ohio and FBI background check results. The criminal records check process is not difficult, but you must carefully follow the instructions in order to avoid mistakes that could delay the completion of your file and cost you extra money. To locate the instructions, click on BCI and FBI background checks in the How Do I Find column on the website. Under BCI and FBI forms, click on number 1, BCI and FBI instructions. The instructions will appear in the center of the page. We strongly recommend that you print these instructions and take them with you when you have your fingerprints scanned. To find a web check location in your area, click on the link in the middle of the BCI and FBI instruction page. Web check locations may include your local police, sheriff's department, or Department of Motor Vehicles. Your employer or school may also be a web check location. The link will take you to the Ohio Attorney General website, where you may search for a web check location by Ohio County or zip code. When you arrive at the web check location, please have the instructions with you. The person who helps you will need the information contained on the instruction page. Be sure to call their attention to the Information You Must Tell the Web Check Location section on the instructions. If the name or address of the board is entered incorrectly, you may need to repeat this process and pay another fee. Depending on the web check location, you may have to complete a form or enter this information into a website. Background checks usually cost $65 to $70. The fingerprinting process. At the web check location, your fingerprints will be scanned and sent electronically to the Ohio Bureau of Identification and Investigation, also called BCI&I. BCI&I analyzes the fingerprints to determine if there is a criminal record or not. BCI&I then sends the results of both the Ohio and FBI background checks to this board either electronically or by mail. We are often asked if a background check completed recently can be sent to the board. The board cannot accept a copy of a background check result from you, another state, your college, a sheriff, police department, or from your place of employment. The reports must come directly to the board from BCI&I. However, you may request BCI&I to send us a copy of a BCI background check completed within the last 12 months. Under BCI and FBI forms, click the link Request a Copy. This form will allow you to request a copy of your most recent BCI background check to be sent to this board. This form will allow you to request a copy of your most recent BCI background check be sent to another agency. How long will it take for the board to receive your background check results? If you have a criminal history, it may take 4 to 6 weeks for us to receive the results of the background checks. If you have no criminal history and the results are sent to us electronically, we may receive the results in 1 to 2. If you have had issues in the past with a web check location capturing quality fingerprints, you should start the process at least 3 months before you want or expect to be licensed. If your fingerprints are rejected, you will need ink and roll cards to have fingerprints done manually, which takes extra time. If you have a missing finger or fingers, or you know that your fingerprints cannot be captured electronically, please call the board to request an ink and roll packet. Again, start this process early because processing time will be at least 4 to 6 weeks. Out-of-state applicants. You do not have to live in Ohio to have your fingerprints taken in Ohio. If you will be visiting Ohio or live in a nearby state, print these instructions and go to an Ohio web check location, which will be a much faster process. To begin, click on Out-of-State Applicant. If you will not be visiting Ohio, send an email to the board to request the out-of-state packet. We will mail the ink and roll cards to you so your fingerprints can be taken at your local law enforcement agency. Please note that out-of-state background checks can take up to 4 to 6 weeks to process. Once the board has received your BCI and FBI background checks, you may request a copy from the board be sent to your home address. Send an email or written request to the board requesting a copy. Be sure to include your current address. A copy of both the BCI and FBI background checks or a certification of electronic results will be mailed to your home address. CRC will be printed on the outside of the envelope. If you will be giving the envelope to another agency, give it to them unopened. Please note, a copy of your BCI and FBI background checks is available only until a licensure determination is made or up to 1 year if the application is still pending. Once a licensure determination is made or the background check is 1 year old, when part of a pending application, the documents and any electronic copies will be destroyed. Call BCI and I if your criminal records checks have taken longer than 3 weeks to be received by the board. You can call them at 1-877-224-0043 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. BCI and FBI criminal records checks are not required for renewal of your existing license or registration. I hope this information has been helpful. Please contact the board if you have any questions about the background check process.